Hi, my name is Matt Cutts. I'm an engineer in the quality group at Google, and I'd like to talk today about what happens when you do a web search. The first thing to understand is that when you do a Google search, you aren't actually searching the web. You're searching Google's index of the web, or at least as much of it as we can find. We do this with software programs called spiders. Spiders start by fetching a few web pages. Then they follow the links on those pages and fetch the pages they point to, and follow all the links on those pages and fetch the pages they link to, and so on, until we've indexed a pretty big chunk of the web, many billions of pages stored across thousands of machines. Now, suppose I want to know how fast a cheetah can run. I type in my search, say cheetah running speed, and hit return. Our software searches our index to find every page that includes those search terms. In this case, there are hundreds of thousands of possible results. How does Google decide which few documents I really want? By asking questions, more than 200 of them, like, how many times does this page contain your keywords? Do the words appear in the title? In the URL? Directly adjacent? Does the page include synonyms for those words? Is this page from a quality website, or is it low quality, even spammy? What is this page's page rank? That's a formula invented by our founders, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, that rates a web page's importance by looking at how many outside links point to it and how important those links are. Finally, we combine all those factors together to produce each page's overall score and send you back your search results, about half a second after you submit your search. At Google, we take our commitment to delivering useful and impartial search results very seriously. We don't ever accept payment to add a site to our index, update it more often, or improve its ranking. Let's take a look at my search results. Each entry includes a title, a URL, and a snippet of text to help me decide whether this page is what I'm looking for. I also see links to similar pages, Google's most recent stored version of that page, and related searches that I might want to try next. And sometimes, along the right and at the top, I'll see ads. We take our advertising business very seriously as well, both our commitment to deliver the best possible audience for advertisers and to strive to only show ads that you really want to see. We're very careful to distinguish your ads from regular search results. And we won't show you any ads at all if we can't find any that we think will help you find the information you're looking for. Which in this case, the cheetah's top running speed is more than 60 miles an hour. Thanks for watching. I hope this made Google a little bit more understandable.
The web may seem like a vast ocean when it comes to finding something you need. Thankfully, search engines can help turn oceans of information into small pools that make finding information easier. This is Web Search Strategies in plain English. Before we dive in, let's talk a bit about how search works on the web. Search engines go out and try to account for every word on every web page. All this information is then organized for easy reference. When you search for a word, the search engine finds all the pages where the word appears and displays them in the search results. Usually, the pages that appear highest in the search results have lots of other web pages linking to them. Each link acts as a vote to say, this may be a good resource. The problem is that there are often too many results. You need a way to reduce the number of results so you can find what you need. Let's look at how this works. Say you're looking for a specific kind of fish, and these represent all the websites on the web. Searching for fish doesn't help much. There are way too many results. You need to be more specific. Try to imagine the exact fish and describe it in the search box. You'll see that each word you use gets you closer to what you need. You can do this for any website by imagining the website that has your answer. What's the title of the page? What words appear on it? If you put those words in the search box, you'll get closer to finding answers. But to be a smart searcher, you should know some basic shortcuts. Let's say you're looking for words that appear together, like a phrase or quote. An example is a search for information on sand sharks. If you search for it like this, the search engine looks for pages with sand and sharks. To get better results, put quotes around the words, like this. It limits the results to the exact phrase. Here's another shortcut. Words often have multiple meanings. Consider the word mullet, which is both a fish and a hairstyle. A search for mullet may give you a number of results about the hairstyle, but fewer about the fish. To remove the results about hair, place a hyphen or minus sign just before the word you want to exclude, which means show me the pages about mullet, but take away results relating to hair. By being specific and using words and symbols that remove useless information, you can find exactly what you need and keep the web from swallowing you whole. I'm Lee Lefevre, and this has been Web Search Strategies in Plain English on the Common Craft Show. One more thing. The Common Craft Store now offers downloadable versions of our videos for use in the workplace. Find them at commoncraft.com/store.
Hi, I'm Nandu from the Google Web Search team. Sometimes finding exactly what you need involves filtering, refining, and further exploring your search results. So we have built a set of options to help you do just that. These options are available right on your search results page. Just click on Show Options whenever you need them. Let's look at some of these options in action. Say that you're shopping for a digital camera, and you want to start reading a few reviews. Clicking on this option will show you results that Google identifies as reviews, and even try to show you text that reflects the actual sentiment of the reviewer. Some of our search options can also be used together. If you wanted reviews no older than a certain time, for example, use options like past week or past year to narrow down your results. The Search Options panel makes it easy to switch between different types of content, like videos and discussion forums. By the way, notice that you can always see the options applied to your search in this bar. And if you want to go back to your original search results, just click on Web. These options can come in handy to slice and dice your results. Others can help you explore your search topic. Suppose you're writing a paper on green energy. For a look at how the topic has evolved over time, the Timeline option will group your results by dates referred to on the actual pages, and let you drill down to a specific year and month. Wonder Wheel gives you a graphical representation of related search terms. Click on any node to get related topics, and keep clicking to explore your search or topic. Notice that the results continue to update on the right-hand side. Well, that's it for now. We didn't get to show you all the options or ways to combine them, but try them out for yourself. And check back often. We plan to add new tools and improve the search options frequently to make it easier and faster to find exactly what you're looking for.
You've probably seen Wikipedia. It's a free online encyclopedia built by people like you and me around the world. You might wonder how thousands of people build an encyclopedia together. Well, first, Wikipedia is a wiki website, a website anyone can edit. So on Wikipedia, editing or creating a new article happens with a click of a button. But for these contributions to remain in Wikipedia, they have to follow two basic rules. The first is verifiability. With so many contributors, Wikipedia articles must rely on information from published sources like books or newspapers, resources known for fact-checking. Requiring contributors to cite these resources in articles and quotations ensures that Wikipedia articles are factual and high quality. If it's not verified, it can't be in Wikipedia. For example, you can write that the U.S. unemployment rate in 1935 was 20.1%, but you must also cite its source for it to remain in Wikipedia. In this case, numerous history books could be verifiable resources. The second rule requires a neutral point of view. All Wikipedia material must be presented fairly and without bias, just like any other encyclopedia. This means Wikipedia is not a place for contributors to share their own opinions. Let's say you're an advocate for vaccinations, and you write, "Every parent should get their children vaccinated." Unfortunately, this is biased and certain to cause disagreement. It can't be in Wikipedia. However, published opinions of experts can be included. And if these opinions differ, the article should present all the major opinions without endorsing one over the other. For example, writing that vaccinating all U.S. children saves an estimated 33,000 lives and citing a reputable source is a statement of fact that can be verified. And if there's an opposing view, it should also be included. For example, a quote from a reputable source like, "Critics claim that vaccinations have never benefited public health," helps to balance the article and keep it neutral. By following these two rules, contributors can respect one another and help create a free encyclopedia, the largest encyclopedia in human history. Learn more at wikipedia.org.
Welcome to this brief tutorial about evaluating websites. In this video, we'll quickly cover the differences between .com sites, .org, .gov, .edu, and .net sites and blogs. Learn how to spot authoritative sites and how to spot less authoritative sites. An authoritative site has ethos, which is credibility. Today, we'll explore how to look for the credibility of the writer and/or publisher of the site. You're seeking an authoritative site that may have an opinion or slant but is based in verifiable facts. Are the writer's sources credible? Remember that authoritative sites have credibility, which means they have ethos. After you've evaluated a site's credibility, then on your own, you'll need to determine if it adds something meaningful and specific to your topic. Many students add sources that don't really say anything. Naturally, you only want to use information that contributes to your piece. In this tutorial, however, we'll focus on spotting authoritative sources. Whether they add something or not to your discussion is up for you to decide. About domain names. As you probably know, anyone can buy any domain name available for purchase. .com means it's a commercial site. .org, organization. .gov, government. .edu, education. .net, network. And blogs are weblogs, many of which are .com sites. Remember, anyone can buy domains. .org site may not be an organization. A site on the internet is not necessarily credible, so be a detective and look for clues to a site's credibility. We will now investigate a .com site as an example, but the process of detecting clues to a site's credibility applies to any website. I first thought of my topic, solar-powered cars, when I saw a Boise man interviewed on a Boise television station, KTVB. According to the report, now filed on the station's website, quote, Jim Weber has not pumped any gas for a year. Naturally, a news site like KTVB.com is relatively authoritative because the station has gatekeepers. That means editors must approve the validity of the facts before the story is published. The news station obviously wants to produce accurate stories because the station must protect its reputation as a reliable news source. However, articles written for broadcast may be thin. On-air time is brief, and most segments are written as overviews. You'll need much more information than a television news story for your paper. Eventually, you'll need to narrow your topic, and scope out our other awesome tutorials for more about that process. For now, let's explore solar-powered cars as we evaluate websites. Let's go where else? To Google. The results? The first entry is Wikipedia, and that is often the case with Google searches. Wikipedia is a .org site. Let's take a look at the other entries. Many .com sites offer kits for sale. Remember, .com stands for commercial site. These might be helpful, but keep in mind the motivation to sell to readers. Advertisements may not contain all of the facts. This Google result sounds like a news article. It says solar-powered car to hit streets in Taiwan. But the name of the site is treehugger.com. This site could be reliable or not. Let's check it out. This looks like a professional site, but who made it? Who are the gatekeepers? Search for clues. The site is connected to TV and radio. It's at least reputable enough to snag an interview with singer Sheryl Crow. Nationally known companies are comfortable advertising on the site. Even Bill Nye the Science Guy is featured. Who publishes this site? Scroll to the bottom of a homepage to find more clues. Discovery Communications. Discovery Channel, TLC. This site is affiliated with Discovery Channel's parent company. Obviously, other information can be found in a website's About page. If the website you're investigating doesn't have an About page with similar information about its writers or publishers, the site could be suspect. On this About page, Discovery Communications claims that Treehugger is the leading media outlet dedicated to driving sustainability mainstream. Then Discovery offers proof by describing its media reach and offering names of clients and other data to back its claims. This looks like a relatively credible website. Many sites, however, are not authoritative, and not all of their sources are credible either. For example, if you're researching a topic of the fair tax, you might assume that the Fair Tax Foundation found at fairtax.net sounds credible. Maybe. However, if its main source is Reefer Madness, maybe this site is not completely credible. That is an unreliable source, and the entire site could be unreliable. The sources on a site are questionable. If you can't determine who wrote or who published the site, you can identify an author, but you can't tell if the site is a personal page without gatekeepers, meaning credible editors who approve the validity of the facts, or if it looks like a professional site, but something makes you question its credibility, your website detector is on. Your doubts are probably accurate, and it's time to search for a more reliable source to enhance your paper. Finally, many blogs or weblogs are .com sites, but that doesn't necessarily make them credible sources for your paper. Blogs can be corporate sites like this one from Tesla Motors that features an entry about electric cars and solar cells. There can be group blogs, personal blogs, and everything in between. Although we could spend much time covering what makes a credible blog, for now remember to search for signs of credibility. Final tips? Anyone can write a website, including a blog. A lot of traffic on the site doesn't mean accuracy. Look for clues pointing toward the credibility of the writer. Who is the writer? What is the writer's authority? What are the writer's biases and motivations? Look closely for answers and you'll detect a website's ethos or lack thereof. In this tutorial, we covered how to spot authoritative sites and how to spot less authoritative sites. Have fun evaluating websites and good luck with your project.